So I don't know how well you guys know me, but for those who know me really well, I get lost so easily. It's actually really, really sad because, oh my goodness, you guys, even if I have a map in front of me, I get lost. I don't really know where I'm going. So it's a sad truth about myself. So there was just one time when I was living in Virginia and I had just gotten my license, and it was a few months later, and I was involved in the Young Life that was going on in my county. And one night there was a Young Life event out on Round Hill. For those of you who don't know where that is, basically the Hicks. So my dad, finally decides to let me drive out there on my own since I have my license, and I'm driving out there. It's a beautiful drive. There's just trees everywhere, not a lot of cars. So I get to my event, go to the event. After, we go and get some ice cream, and we're hanging out, and we're having a great time. So I finally looked down at my clock and I realized that it's getting kind of late and it's really dark outside. So I decided it's time for me to go home. So as I'm walking in my car, I was thinking to myself, oh, it's really warm. I can put the top down on my car. So I get in my car and I start driving away. And of course, the minute I make the turn out of the ice cream parlor, I am going in the wrong direction, because that's what I do. So I am going in the wrong direction, further and further away from my home, and about 15 minutes in my drive, I realize that I have absolutely no idea where I am. I'm on a one-lane highway, really dark. There are no lights, there are no road signs, and no cars on the road, and everything around me, trees, nothing else. There's no civilization. So I start to panic, completely freak out. I had this overactive imagination, and all of a sudden I get images of horror movies flashing through my mind of a semi coming and pushing me off the road, and then of course, there's a ditch right on the side of the road that my car gets stuck in, and then the kidnappers can get out and take me from my car because the top of my car is down. And then they kidnap me, and I'm gone forever. Yes, I know that probably wasn't going to happen, but still, it was going through my mind, and I was terrified, and that wasn't helping me get back on the right direction to get home. So I finally come to this place where I keep driving, and I have no idea where I am, no idea where I'm going. I'm getting more and more scared, and I realize that I have one option left. And it is the one thing, you guys, that I did not want to do. And you guys, I had to ask for help from the one person I didn't want to have to go to. I had to ask my dad for help to get me home. You guys, I don't know where you are in life, but I wonder how many of you guys are on this road and you're going down in life, living your life the way you want to, doing the things you want to do, and all of a sudden you realize that you are completely and utterly lost, to the point where you have no idea to get back home, to get your life back to where you know it needs to be. All of a sudden you're on a street surrounded by trees with no signs, and you don't know where to go from there. What do you do with that? Well, I come to find out that my dad and my mom, that night I got lost in the woods. I like to call it the woods because it was the Hicks. They were in a movie, and my dad had a feeling that something was wrong, and so he took out his cell phone and was holding it in his hands. And lo and behold, my name comes across the screen of his phone. And he picks his phone up, answers it, hears my voice. I'm basically in tears because I'm so scared and so lost. And he calmly and rationally helps me get back on the roads that are going to take me back home. And you guys, the only reason my dad knew that I needed help in that moment was because I asked for his help. How else would he have been able to get me on the right track home? Did you guys know that that's what God is doing? He's in heaven, he's watching you, and he's begging you to ask for his help, to help you get back on track, to get you back on the right road, to home, to where you feel safe, in his arms. You guys, the only way that you can find your way home, the only way that you can find the right path to go on, the right direction, is if you ask for his help, because he's waiting. So the question is, are you ready to ask for his help?